Texas 95.7, the Armadillo and Craig Vaughn in the studio. And I'm back in the studio this week with my friends from the WRCA, Lehman Wong, Casey Hooper, both of them in the studio. How are you?
We're great.
Did y'all miss me?
No. Well, if you recall, we did rib on you just a little bit. But I'm so hot right now that I don't really know what my name is.
Hey, you know, I was thinking about that. I was trimming a tree early this morning because it was, at least, maybe 80.
Yeah, so it was like 5 this morning.
Yeah. What's ranch life like when these temperatures are like this? What is
early mornings?
Get it all done as early as you can.
Early mornings and
as soon as there's some light.
Late evenings.
And then start back up again in the evening. So.
But sometimes you can't help the fact you're out in it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you're just out in it.
Just from watching the cowboy documentary, I know sometimes you're just too far to.
You can't do nothing about it, but roll around in your mad pants and gripe at each other, and everyone's a little cantankerous.
Yeah. Set up a little tent and just try to sit still, I guess, and hope there's a breeze.
Schedule your works around if there's smaller calves. You don't want to take the stress out on the animals so there's a lot of early morning and late evenings. I guess. I don't know.
Depends on what country you're in, too.
That's Arizona. Yeah, that's...
You got the humidity in certain parts, and then you get...
Yeah.
Shoot, there's places up in the North Country that even last week we're still getting snow flurries. Yeah. So that's just crazy.
Jealous. Where were we last? What was the rodeo last week? This past
weekend? Waurika, Oklahoma, which is... It is actually... It wasn't... I think it was hotter in Amarillo than it was there, other than you add the humidity there. So... We had a couple horses and some teams start tying up. They started colicking. They got a little hot by the time the evening ended, and it got a little warm. But I've been there when it's been hotter.
Yeah.
But hot's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a brain freeze moment.
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny when they call for that high of 98 or they call for 102. It really don't make any difference, does it? Once it gets up there, it's whatever.
Well, it was dry here.
Yeah.
And then I get a call.
It's a dry heat.
I get a call, and like a tornado took out my friend's mom's neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Or the EF0. I'm like, look, EF whatever. But sure enough, I saw the damage, and I was thinking, oh, I'd have been under the bed with the dog.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah.
Casey sent a couple of pictures from the rodeo, and when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, man, it's raining there, because all the people that were in the pictures
that would be swoobs.
were soaking wet.
Yeah.
Hey, looky there, they got a little rain. No, that wasn't
sweat.
Rain.
Yeah.
And for those of us that have to wear the boulder holders, it's even more.
Oh, man. Okay, so who are we calling? Is there we talking to?
That was the Reds. Yeah, we're calling. So who won?
Hill Ranch and Sarco Creek. Look, I got them. If y'all could see the color in here, it's hot.
We got all of 5 minutes in before she started.
We didn't even get 5 minutes.
We didn't get 5
in? 2.5. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have issues, too.
It might have been less than 2 when she said swoob.
This is a
that goes
family
out to Barry
show.
Clower, by the way. Well, it's the truth. I'm not going to deny. We're honest people.
Yeah.
It's hot. When it's hot, it's hot.
So well-attended rodeo then?
Oh,
lots
my
of
gosh,
teams.
yes.
Yeah.
12 teams.
Oh, good.
The community is very supportive of that rodeo.
Yeah.
And they had Friday night, and then was a good crowd. Saturday night was a good crowd.
Oh, good deal, good deal.
But wait a minute, 12. There's more than 12.
Better hope we never get cameras in here.
A night. 12 a night.
24 total.
24 teams.
Okay.
12 Friday night,
I
12 Saturday night.
Yeah. Got to keep her honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of teams, though. Good.
Well,
good.
I guess. Hold on. I got to get this rubber mark off my back. Hold on.
Every week.
All's fair.
All right.
I better not say that because I don't want the wrath.
Who are we calling?
Buster the Amazing Frierson.
All right. Hang on. Let's call him. There we go. We got him on the phone. Buster Frierson. Buster, congratulations. Coming back again to Amarillo this November.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
You bet.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. And when you see Kai Fuston,
And so it begins.
It take the
It is. It didn't take long, did it? I mean, all I had to do was just verbalize something in case he's fired up, rolling now.
Just said,
You
"Thank
just had to
that's
say
all."
hi, thank you, and here he comes. Get him, Casey.
no, that's my amigo. I was just going to tell you to give Kai a hard time, you know.
Oh,
'cause-
believe me, I've already given him a pretty hard time as it is.
That a
I've
boy.
talked to him a couple times, so he is not heard the end of it either.
Yay, good. I'll call him next then. No, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Well, you guys had a heck of a bronc ride, and you guys actually won the rodeo with 29 points, and Burns was behind you by a point and a half with 27.5, and then Thompson's were in third and had a 21.5. And I don't really know, Lehman, I don't know if you did the math, but I don't know what it really came down to. Buster, can you elaborate a little bit on what your take was on that?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, Ty Looper's our bronc rider, and he made a heck of a bronc ride on a good horse, and ended up, we were leading the bronc riding on Friday night, and I figured that it would probably stay in the top one or two, just because it was such a good bronc ride. And,
Yes.
And then, like we went through the rest of the rodeo, and I think we ended up on Friday night. I think we ended up winning 2 events and was second in 2, maybe third in 1. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's pretty close. And it's just I knew it was going to take them guys somebody to have a pretty good, really good rodeo to best us in that deal, just because we were right up in the top of everything. We didn't win every event, but we're right there at the hunt of everything. So I think in them point rodeos, if you can just stay in the top 3 places in each event, you're gonna fare pretty well. And if you get lucky enough to actually win an event, then it just makes it even that much easier.
Well, heck yeah. And not to mention, but every night, so Friday night, teams were tough. Friday night, teams were tough. Everyone's mounted. Everyone's hungry. And there were loops thrown that people go back and be like, what in the hell did I do that for? Oh, excuse me. Can I say that, Craig?
I think you can, yeah. You're good.
Okay. But I think Ty's horse bucked so good because he kind of split old Buster's melon open there at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we
gave him a good little hickey, and I'm glad you're okay. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Those
I
nurses,
guess I was okay. But
those nurses with the ambulance came running out there, and I was like, "You're not even medical staff. What are you doing?"
Were there several nurses coming to help?
Several. I was like, "Where are these people coming from?" I didn't even know Waurika had a hospital. And they were like, "Well, who are you?" I said, "I am his good friend. Back off. Let me see your teeth. Give me check you real quick."
Buster, how many fingers do I have?
Yeah, I gave him. No, they had a really good rodeo, and John C. had his boys there. And, of course, here I'm going to go on the kid thing. And they were just so excited. And we put them in the picture, and they're just so – you're watching these kids grow up, and it's really neat. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, do you think Ranger's going to be able to make it to championship this year, Buster?
Oh, yeah, I think he is. Most of the time he's in
Busy.
school, but, heck, who knows what we're going to have this year. They might do all homeschooling. So I think he's old enough now that if he missed 4 or 5 days worth of school, it's probably not going to hurt him that
Well,
bad.
if he needs me to write him a letter or a pass, I'll do it.
I get a doctor's permit from you. Yeah, that'd be good.
Well,
Dr. Hooper.
I diagnosed you.
Dr. Hooper.
I know. What did you diagose me with?
Oh, don't
A
ask
whole
her.
hard-headed, it would knock the normal person out, but not Buster.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he was bleeding. I could have sold his blood. I could have vialed it up and sold it and made mint. Okay, we're done, Rick.
Buster, I do have a question about one
rodeo.
event. I got one question. What in the world happened in the cow milking this go round?
I just said sometimes people throw loops.
The
in
cow
this.
milking?
Yeah, what happened?
What you mean? What happened?
Well, I don't know. I'm looking here at the scores, and I see kind of a blank area under cow milking.
Our cow milking roper missed the cow on his first loop.
That's okay. I told you sometimes we throw loops. Now, to add salt to wounds, you've got to be teed up, Lehman.
I got to be in the know.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all good. It's all good. But hey, it was a tough rodeo, and I was excited. Carl was very excited to give you that call, and Waylon
We
said,
were all very excited.
Waylon came up to Carl Golson and I after and said, well, Buster said he was just going to go ahead and split that money with me. You know, he kind of owes me some, and I just figured we can take care of it now. I was all, bye-bye, Waylon.
Who's this that I owe?
Waylon Davis.
Yeah, no, it might be the other way around. He might owe me some money.
It's all good. It's all good.
I guess I do have another more serious question,
Sorry.
actually, Buster. This ain't your first time to come to Amarillo, obviously. Being 25 years of the World Championship, what does it mean to you as a guy? This is what you do. I mean, this is what you're made of. And
Oh, you know,
what does it mean?
it means that's like kind of like when I told Casey and Carl when they called me Saturday night after the rodeo. I don't know if I'm more excited. I think I'm more excited about winning and getting to go back now because it's something pretty special to me. I'm getting older, you know, and the teams are getting tougher and the guys are getting younger. And so every year that I get to make it back, I just feel like I'm totally blessed, you know, to get to come again. And it's kind of, you know, I've ranch rodeoed for 25 years, probably right along with the WRCA,
Yes.
you know, and so it's I'm kind of one of the older guys that still participate, and it does. It means a lot to me that I'm still competitive with the younger guys and all the good hands and good horses, and that we can still compete, you know, and that's what it means to me is just kind of some recognition, you know, about, hey, I am getting older and getting to go to the finals is a very special deal to me.
Well, thank you very much. And you look at the teams, and we call you legendary. We kind of rib and joke around and stuff, but you know, just like Graham Johnson, just like Tyler, everyone's been down the road a track or two. And then you look at their teams, and they're surrounding them with guys that are just as good, and they're surrounding them and leading those guys through this tunnel and passing it on. And you've got a great group of guys. And
No
I know
doubt.
I'm giving you a hard
super
time
blessed.
and knowing we're kind of ribbing on you, but please pass on that doesn't mean does not take anything away from the team you've got. And seriously, with Graham, when you're a point and a half, this is 2 weekends in a row that happened to him. They're going to
Right.
be hungry, right? And same
yeah,
goes
no
with
doubt.
him. You know, you're going to surround yourself with good men and go to war. So
And that's
I really
you know, and that's the main
pass that
thing.
on.
And I will for sure, and that's the main thing. That's kind of what when I try to put together a team is I want those guys that want to have fun, they want to compete, and that they're anybody can do anything at any given time.
Yes.
And I think in today's competition, it's just that's the way you got to have it. You can't have one guy that specializes and does all the roping, or one guy that does this. You better have 5 or 6 guys that can do everything, and they all do it very well. And I'm blessed to have 4 other teammates that are handy and can do anything and very good at what they do.
Well, absolutely. And John C., he's gotten some honors here for top horse stuff. And, I look back and I'm going, well, he's been around with us for a long time too. And
I kind of brought him along with me 7 or 8 years ago, I guess, and he's been with me now for 8 or 9 years, or 7, 8, 9 years. I'm not real sure, but I think me and him, he's been with me to the finals probably 3, maybe 4 times, so maybe 5 times now, I guess. So.
Well, he sorted the cows or those sticky Corionis. But that horse just worked like it never missed a beat. And the line, when they do that, Craig, the rest of the team is at that line waiting, and a lot of stuff can go south really, really quick. And they get one across, and these were wanting to come back. And they just kind of got the luck of where their timing was, and there wasn't so favorable on Saturday night on that.
No, I didn't figure those cattle would be. We did when I saw we drawed up third. Last year we drew up last in a set of cattle, and it was just we got run over and got a no time. And then this year I saw we drew up third, and I was like, that'll either be real good or that'll be real bad, because they're either going to not be settled or they're going to take it enough And
Yes.
and they did. They took it enough where we got them. Luckily, we got them knocked out of there, and then those cattle kind of got a little ringy and got to running
Yes.
over people. And
They did.
I figured they would be the same on Saturday, you know, and
Oh, it
I
was
guess
fast.
they were. So.
It was fast on Saturday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Lehman, you had
Yeah,
a
I bet.
question because you're stabbing me with your pen.
And I'm not stabbing you. I'm just excited because you're talking about you. Run down this list of guys. Okay, Buster. We talked about you. John C. Brown, Park Greason, Kai Houston, Ty Looper.
They all can ride a bronc. Even John C. if he had to.
So that's your Ville Ranch, Sarco Creek Ranch
Right.
team right there. And I mean, we're not blowing smoke. Any one of those guys
Oh, well,
on
yeah.
any given weekend at any WRCA Ranch Rodeo could walk away with not only the win of the rodeo, but top hand or top horse.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yep.
And so, we talk about the hands, but the horse side of this deal, all of those guys are going to be mounted like you cannot believe.
Whoa.
How important is the horse to this deal, Buster? I mean, you ride some good ones.
The horsepower is everything, you know. I mean, it really is. If you better have a horse that'll lay down on his belly and whack a cow, and then you better have one that can run and fetch a yearling at the other end of the arena, you know. I mean, so, but you got to have one that's smart enough too that you can operate throughout the rodeo and not get hot, and and not get kind of acting silly or anything like that. And everybody that I row with and on the team with, like you say, Park and Kai and John C. and Ty, they all ride extraordinarily good horses. I mean, and always have. And like you say, their horses are fine tuned. They're good horses. I mean, anybody would be proud to ride one or even own, just own one. So
Well, and real quick, you've got the same thing that you're doing in the arena on these horses. You're taking them. That's a workable tool. They're not going back and putting them in a horse air conditioned barn, and they're going back on Monday, and doctoring six or prowling cows
well, it's
or
like
whatever.
Yeah, it's like that horse I rode Friday night in the rodeo, buckskin horse.
Yeah.
And it's the second rodeo I've taken him to. I took him to Roaring Springs last year, and then Waurika was the second rodeo I took him to. And Sunday morning I had to catch a cow and doctor a cow on him, and that's what I took. I had to go catch a cow, and so that's what he went to the rodeo Friday night, and then Sunday went and caught a cow and tied a cow down.
That's right. It's so it's not training season. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's business. So, Buster, I know I could just talk to you forever, but we'll catch up again later, and we will sign out and let you go take care of your noggin.
I'm fixing to take care of it. I'm fixing to go get in the shade. It's too hot to be doing much anything with man or beast. So,
okay, adios.
Congrats, Buster.
Thanks, Lehman. I appreciate it. Thanks, Casey.
Yep.
See you in November.
Yes, sir. See y'all in November.
Adios, sir.
A good guy. Buster could be your co-host. I don't know. I just sit over here and press a button. I'll let you guys go.
If I stay on track, if I don't get in the ditch.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
Ditch?
What? When do you?
Squirrel.
It's not just you, though.
He's easy to talk
We
to.
all have it.
He's easy. These teams that call in, you've got to understand, we just spent all day with them 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're picking up where you left off, and it's a hard habit to break. You don't want to just pick up where you left off because you can't have a cold beer at this time in the evening. So, you just make it work. Well, I guess you could.
And plus, that's what people, I guess one of the things, we've talked about this a lot over the course of these radio shows, just about, I mean, this is not, we got the best gig in the world because we get to go out and see people we admire. You get to go see friends.
Mm-hmm.
You get to go hang out with folks you don't really get to see all that often. When's the last time you saw Buster?
November.
It had been, yes.
Was it championship?
November. It was championship.
So
I'm guessing y'all, just like me and the bands that come through here, you get to see them once, maybe twice a year, and it's good to catch
fast
up.
Pace.
Yep.
So if you count at championship, it really doesn't, because it's like 2 minutes. and
Yeah,
we're
you don't have
getting-
time to, yeah.
And Craig's calling, going, "Where do you want me?"
And I can't. I remember I went to the media, the gala beforehand, and I can't get Casey's attention to save my life. Well, you either. You're busy too. Both of y'all. The first time I went, I'm like, I can't even get stop say hi to me.
the
next year, I just went. I ain't even gonna try.
Yeah, don't care.
Well, when you see
Doesn't bother me.
these folks more than you do your own family, that should say something.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk a little bit how the rest of the rodeo went, if you guys don't mind.
Please do.
Knock it out.
So when I was talking about it being a tough rodeo, it really was, and I'm not quite sure if y'all caught the placings, but Ville Ranch, Sarco Creek won first. Second place went to Burns Ranch. Third, Thompson Ranch. And 4, McPhail Land and Cattle. Your top hand went to Zane Davis, and he did put on a nice little bronc ride, and he's just consistent. And I wish youth is a factor in that, but he's very handy. And top horse was ridden by Robert Forst from Stewart Ranch, and Queso is the name, winning is his game, and really cool big sorrel horse, stock-footed looking thing, and he's on a roll. He won it last weekend at Range Riders, and just mounted flesh. It's good. I mean, and then I'm trying to think. Real quick, we were blessed. Speaking of Zane Davis, his dad is Kevin Davis, and he's one of our cowboy and poetry entertainers.
Yep, he came in and sang a couple songs.
Yeah, he did the national anthem for us on Saturday. So,
At Waurika?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, it was actually really, really cool. And what good timing.
Yep.
Everyone was happy to see each other, and he goes and belts something like that out, and it got everyone's attention, and then we turned around and rode broncs. So you go from the national anthem to AC/DC. I mean, what better way to start an American sport?
That's awesome. Kevin's going to be at the World Championship. He's doing
Yes,
some
sir.
entertainment for
Yes,
us.
sir.
Good deal.
We'll see him again.
Yeah. I had him in studio a couple years back. Great. I still got some of the stuff he did I have stuff he did here recorded still. They're in the computer. So
Good guy.
Good guy.
Well, thank God for computers.
That's right. Thank gosh for the computer.
Good pooters.
Where y'all headed next week? Who's going?
Man, we're all on the road, all three. Hooper, where are you taking off to?
To the coldest place, less humidity, Claremore, Oklahoma.
You are indoors.
We are
For a change,
indoors,
that'll
and
be-
I'm not trying to. This is really what it's called. They have these big ass fans, and that's the name
Yeah,
of them.
that's the name
Okay,
of those
so I'm not
fans,
trying.
yeah.
Mom, if you're listening, I'm not cussing too much. It's only 2, but it better be on really high power.
Yeah.
Because regardless if it's indoors air conditioning, it's hot there. In
They need
July.
to be spinning fast enough to lift the building up off the ground.
Hence why we normally have it in April, but due to everything right now, we've had to postpone it till now. I'm just blessed we're there. I can't wait to see them. I know that Saturday night, we were on the horn with them yesterday, and they're going to do law enforcement night, and they're going to honor the men in blue.
Cool.
And so wear light blue shirts and come support them.
They do it up right in Claremore. I mean, good committee. It's a really nice expo center they have it in. They'll have a nice trade show. So if you're from that area looking for something to do, go check it out
Yeah.
during the day. Got a youth ranch rodeo, a JRRA junior ranch rodeo during the daytime. I am going to Graham, Texas. This one's a little unique because we actually had one rodeo in Wichita Falls that had to cancel earlier this year due to everything. And cool deal, the ranches that compete in that rodeo got together and they still wanted to have a WRCA sanctioned event. So they're putting on, those 10 ranches are putting on a rodeo in Graham. So I'm going to go down there and see that one. And then Miss Peyton, she's headed north.
Arthur, Nebraska.
Up in
That's
the sand
going to
hills.
be nice for as long as it's not as hot as it was last year. But everything's hot right now.
Yeah.
Everything's hot right now.
They're green, though. That'll be nice. That country's in good shape. And so, again, if you're from up in the north, up in Arthur, Nebraska, around all up in there, looking for something to do, that'll be Saturday at 5 p.m. is their start time. A little different start, a little earlier than normal, but it'll be 5 up in Arthur.
And then let's see, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Oliver Saddle Shop will throw a plug out for them. They've got their
they're 3-in-1.
They're 3-in-1, an open ranch
On the
bronc.
25th.
Yep, that's a fun one. That's I keep saying on the air, if you've never been to any kind of ranch rodeo, it's a great one to start with because it's not real difficult to follow. You don't have there's no points, just three 3 cowboys and 3 cows. You got to pin one, doctor one, and tie one down. The fastest time wins. It's real easy to kind of keep track of who's doing what and how what the fastest time was. It's just not but it's a great introduction into that lifestyle.
Oh, it showcases all the events. It showcases what you do.
Yep.
On a daily basis.
It's a good spectator because it moves fast, and you don't have to know. You don't have to understand points. You don't have to understand. It's just a good. If you've never been to one, you hear us talking about this. It's a perfect starter rodeo, I think, for people.
It is, and this was got a special place in our heart because Oliver's Saddle Shop, the Oliver family, they started this. Is this 3 years now?
This is the fourth. This is the fourth. Yep.
They actually donate proceeds for this event to the WRCA Foundation.
Yep.
And I mean, what a cool commitment they've made to continue to support the cowboy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Yes. We're talking about heat. I just have to say this real quick, and Craig's going to give me the throat cut. But last weekend, teams were late getting there because, let's see, there was 12 teams up on Saturday. 4 of them had blowouts. And I'm not saying one blowout. I was like 2 on the trailer, 1 on the truck because it was so hot.
Melting tires.
Yeah.
World Championship Rodeo comes up November 12th through the 15th at the Amarillo Civic Center here in Amarillo. Get on WRCA.org. Don't go Googling WRCA tickets. It'll take you somewhere, and you'll pay 10 times as much as you should.
Yes, you will.
It's all there at WRCA.org. The links, the book your hotel and get the best rates are all on there. That is the place to go for all the information, phone numbers, emails, anything you got questions about, let them know. One of these two will probably talk to you, Lehman or Casey or maybe Peyton will be talking to you. So get them quick, though, because they're going faster. I've been stressing that here locally. If you're not listening in Amarillo, I've been telling people get those tickets because they are moving faster than normal.
Saturday's gone.
Oh,
really.
That's amazing. We're just into barely July.
There'll be some tickets a little bit later because our ranches are qualifying. We have to keep tickets for them.
Right.
But Saturday's gone.
Crazy.
Friday is basically at that same point.
Right.
So if you're interested in going, load up Thursday, Sunday because those are the days you're going to be able to.
Sunday's a great one. I love Sunday. I really when I first started talking to you guys, I thought Sunday tickets would go quicker because that is the final. Like you know where you stand, and really you gotta. It's either go for it all right now because you know where you're at in the standings, and then to stay for the awards because that's a lot of fun to watch the awards too.
Well, it's an unwind.
Yeah,
it's an unwind, and the teams kind of
unbutton
a little bit.
It's fun to see their faces when they go up there to get their prizes and stuff.
Everyone, there's tears, there's laughs, there's hugs, there's But you were talking about Sunday. I've seen personally a lot of stuff shift on Sunday.
Yep.
And it usually comes down to like the Brandon or like the sorting. They just need this much.
Yeah,
It's the details. And so I'm not saying they're not on go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because they are. But if they're up on Sunday, which every team will be up, it'd just be a different event. But if it's that event and they know they've got to do it.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah, their gaskets are greased. It's good time.
It's the 12th round of the fight. I mean, it's go.
And it's been a long week.
Yep, yeah.
For them, too.
Get them. WRCA.org. It's coming up in November. It'll be here before you know it.